Why, hello. Let's do some more known or free games. I speak slowly to buy some time as I set up Streamlabs and the rest of the giblets. Then to also get off of Apex Legends on twitch.tv and go under VLR, which I forget the name of every time. Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Done. Then set up my computer audio, and we'll get back to playing this visual novel. And we're good. Okay. Let's start. Ah, it's so loud. What was that? It was the same sensation I felt when I saw the vision of the bombs exploding. Had it been a premonition? This is bad. Need to find Alice now. Where could she be? No, no, Alice, where are you? What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that has to be it. You don't have to edit that run. Achievement unlocked. No lying down on the job. Open the 6th lock. Buggy. Door 2, please. The moment I entered the crew hallway, I made straight for the door that's number 2 room. Alice should be in here. Swallowed and threw open the door. Alice. So you were here. I spoke, her eyes turned towards mine, but I didn't get the feeling that they were looking at me. Skin was pale and sickly, and one of her hands held the scalpel like I'd caught her in the middle of something.
What are you doing here?
It's okay. I'm just here to help
me?
you.
What do you mean?
Let go of the scalpel.
No, I need it to get this bracelet off. Remember what Zero Jr. told us? The bracelet comes off when your heart stops. So I just have to...
Oh my god, stop. Before I even finished the word I was running, I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest.
No! Let me go! I have to do this! I can't take it anymore. This whole thing is like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The only way I'm going to get out of here is to die!
Knock it off. With a grin, I tore the scalpel from her hands. Punt, punt, punt. Punt, punt, punt. A second before, I felt a burning pain in my left hand. I caught myself getting the dang thing away from her. Quickly, I progressed from dull throbbing to a hot line of pain. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my right hand. Her hand tight. Focus in pain that I barely heard it. Collapse. Didn't respond when I shook her. I gotta move some of this laundry. It's in my way. And I'm about to throw it in. So hold on, I'll be right back. Less than a minute. Hey, are you alright? Alice, say something. There was a moment of terror before I realized she was still breathing. I didn't know why, but it seems she'd only passed out. Right, what am I supposed to do now? Oh man. The infirmary? All the medical things. Yes, Sigma, the infirmary. Okay, everything's good. Yep, okay. Buoyed by adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off towards the infirmary. So I just ate, I got something in my throat. Some ricotta in my throat.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The atom has fit.
Everything's coming up Sigma, huh? What a lucky, lucky man you are. You two are gonna be playing against Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally. That means if she stays here, the two of you are gonna be sitting pretty. Especially you, Sigma. After all, you've got 6 BP right now.
Are you saying I'm going to choose Betray?
You'll get what you need to escape.
You punk. There's no way I'd do that. Yeah, it is so. For one, I'm not the only one making the decision. Luna's my partner and she'll be in the A/B room with me. You really think she just stand up by and let me do something like that? Back me up here, Luna.
Well, actually I was planning to let you make the decision.
See? Told you. You can lie to us if you want, but you can't lie to yourself.
Shut up. What?
If I might make a suggestion, what if Sigma and Luna both remained here? Should all 3 of you abstain, then you would all be guaranteed to ally, correct?
No, it doesn't work like that. Here, take a look at this. Pull this scrap of paper we found out of my pocket.
Huh? What's this?
Found it when we went to the archives.
Isn't anything like this in the pantry?
Nothing in the garden either.
This is the only. I guess the only one. I guess the only put one. Sorry, they only put one in the archives. Okay, whatever. I just read it for you. I'll just read it for you. Here are some of our AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. Get it? Whole team can't
That means
abstain.
either Dio or Tenmyoji's going to have to vote then. And they're playing against Alice. Oh. I guess playing against is a little generous.
So Alice is guaranteed to vote ally, which means that Dio picks
Knock it
Betray.
off. You trying to get back at me for what I said earlier? No way am I gonna choose Betray. You do know her BP's at 1, right? What do you think would happen to her if I did that?
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
I wouldn't put it past
What?
you.
Cool it, boys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in that room, too. I'd planned to stay here with Quark, just to make sure he was safe. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that luxury. I can't trust Dio to make a decision for all 3 of us. That means we're gonna be sharing a room, bucko. I've got my eye on you. Happy now, Sigma?
Yeah, thanks. That's a relief.
Exactly.
Oh man, everybody's against me. Whatever shall I do?
Can't be too careful. I wouldn't want to see Alice killed by an unfortunate accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Oh! Tenmyoji, before we went into the CDs, you told Alice there was something you wanted to tell her. What was it?
Huh? Oh, that, well, I mean, look, it wasn't important. Just forget about it.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's running out, people. Clover and I will stay here and keep an eye on Alice and Quark. Everyone else needs to go.
What?
You're staying too?
Yeah, something does happen. Clover might need a hand.
Aren't you the solo? You're playing against Kay and Quark, but with Quark out, that means Kay would have to go decide this whole round. Kay is he's an actual G. Are there an actual G?
Are you saying that you trust me?
He's the only one. They're the only one I trust the
Yes.
most.
Even though I have 6 BP?
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? What happens when he gets 9 BP?
I'm not worried. Kay won't betray me.
How can you know that?
I just know, I guess.
You just know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Has something happened between Fi and Kay while they were out exploring?
I understand. I can hardly betray trust like that, can I? I will vote for our team.
Good. We're counting on you.
I've had enough of this bullshit.
4 minutes remain until Amberdex game polling closes.
Kay is at the top of the totem pole for me.
Come on.
Higher than Sigma, that's for sure.
We need to hurry.
All right, you kids. Take care of those two, okay?
Of course.
Kay might just be like
We
the S tier
promise.
character right now. With that, we were off, and we haven't even been in the same dang room alone yet. The one last quick nod to Fi and Clover before heading back to the warehouse at a dead run. Even done any puzzles with Kay yet, I should say, because we've been in the warehouse B together. For a moment's notice. Everybody ready? I'm going to open my AV gate. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, Dio already
Then
opened one
only
earlier.
You and I remain.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Schlong, schlong. 2 more AV gates slid open. We all share one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms.
Two minutes remain until Amberdex game polling closes.
What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote?
No question. Clover isn't voting, she's defaulting to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair.
I think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the donor game didn't seem that so scary. Then she spoke.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand? There's
Huh?
something white on it.
It was a what? Sigma. What the heck is this? For the first time since I'd found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. Across the palm was some sort of strange white liquid. For a moment I thought I'd somehow touched some white paint, or something similar. But the truth was far stranger. Liquid was coming from my hand. It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed this scalpel away from Alice. But why? Where was that blood? Where was the blood? I felt a very odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hand around my throat. Quickly held my palm against my chest. Shouldn't have let Luna see that.
Are you alright?
Yeah, it's nothing. I went to the pantry while looking for Alice. There was some milk and I spilled it. Sounded even stupider as I said it.
Really? But
Hook, line, and sinker. Just shut up. That's fine, alright? I'm fine. Leave me alone. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth. Something was wrong, very wrong, and my head was spinning.
Sigma,
Oh man. I'm so sorry. Just don't worry about it, okay?
30 seconds.
No time left. I had to vote. Turn and face the machine. Took a few deep breaths, but the chaos in my mind refused to calm itself. Calm down, just calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Who was I kidding? There's no way I could forget about something like that.
10 seconds. 9, 8,
8, 7. I get it.
5, 4,
Press the button, Sigma.
1.
Thank you. It has been recorded. Please rate. Please wait.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Schlong, 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 schlong. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room to see the others filling out of their rooms as we did.
So you chose Ally after all.
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing in my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing. Mysterious white liquid.
Do you want to go see the results?
Sure. I'm trying to plan our route after we do betray again. Okay. Luna and I walked off towards the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. Liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out, since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit of my hand. What in the heck is this? Couldn't be blood, could it? No, that was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything like that. And I'd never seen my blood do this before. 22 years of my life? You're only 22! I've seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife, and as an adult. But every single time I'd bled red, like any other human being. Why was it this time it was white? What the heck is happening to me?
Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results.
Yeah, Ray, I'm on my way. Did my best to compose myself and headed over to join their others.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen. Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
We're an 8 pair, or a yellow pair.
Incredible! Look, everyone voted Ally. You did just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose Betray after what Phi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted Ally too.
Of course. If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose Ally.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. That was all Sigma.
Then thank you very much, Sigma.
Is there about blushing?
Sigma? Sigma, are you alright?
Come on, what's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make it past at Luna and get shot down?
No, nothing like that.
Man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh?
Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of the door shutting echoed throughout the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
What door do we go into?
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to. Then, that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like, right?
Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all your colors and assignments are.
Everyone nodded and held their arms out towards them. I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. Held up my arm, hand tightened like a white-knuckled fist to hide the cut. When the rest landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat.
Huh. So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our...
Right.
I thought I was a yellow pair. Am I
You're
dying?
cyan, and I'm magenta.
That makes Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo. So what are the 4 we left in the infirmary?
Luna and I are pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
That means the other 2 are solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are.
They're probably green and blue.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the Floor B warehouse. They have to be the next set of chromatic doors.
Ah, yes. Phi and I saw them as well. On our way back from the garden with the unconscious Quark. And there they were. Each one had a box just like the doors on floor A. Given that, I don't see how there can be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
I think that our bracelet combinations will have to add up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the other 3 colors would have to be red, green, and blue.
Right.
Good. Now that we've got that figured out, I'm heading back to the infirmary for a bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess. No real reason to hang out here.
Well, what will you 2 do?
I need to talk to Sigma about something.
About what?
Something?
Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something much more sullen. Must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. That was what she wanted to talk about. I was sure of it. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed.
Whoa, hold on. A private talk? What are you guys plotting?
We're not plotting anything. I promise. It's nothing.
Fine, whatever. See if I care.
Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out of the yellow door. Temioji and Kay quickly followed. Only moments all 3 had disappeared. So, what was he wanting to talk about? Almost certain and knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act if I was genuinely confused.
Oh, I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else? Good.
I'm okay.
I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. Kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off.
You know
Garden.
this place?
Yeah, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for
I
Alice.
see.
So, what brings you
Isn't
here?
this nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors.
I wonder why.
It's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy.
I mean, being a pilgrim and all is kind of... It's all you know, right?
Oh, there's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
She sat down softly and gently. I lowered myself down next to her. So what did you want to talk about? Instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore into the palm of her hand. Silent for a moment, and then began to
Can
talk.
I tell you something? This is actually a music box. Yes.
Really? She twisted the key on the bottom and made almost an imperceptible winding noise. When she released it, soft, clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why'd you bring that up, though?
I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me. Maybe it's because I'm so shy. but I don't really have any friends. Or even any acquaintances, really. So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time. And it hurt. It felt like I was just kind of going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but I felt like there was an unspoken message behind it. Luna, happiness is closer than you think. Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Can't say I do. Yeah, well, I know the gist of it. Starts with on Christmas Eve, the brother and sister named Titiel and Metiel get asked to find a blue bird by this old woman. They travel to the dream world, or something like that. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish to come true. So they visited all these different places, but they couldn't find it. Eventually they give up and go home. But when they wake up, the bird is on the birdcage in their hut.
Right. It's a well-known story, and it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they'd meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all the time, like a kind of good luck charm. But one day I realized something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up. Yes.
There's more?
When Tiltil and Mittil try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. What about the moral then?
Changes. Now the message is that just when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again. I thought about that for a while, but in the end, it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for, and it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy. You know, Sigma, I think you might be Tiltil.
What?
You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the bluebird on Christmas Eve.
What are you trying to say?
Can I ask you something? Where did you
Sure.
find Alice?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. Where did you find Alice?
Room 2 in the crew quarters?
Where were you before that?
I was in the lounge. That was after we split up to go look for Alice. The first place I went
So
was
you
the
went
lounge.
From the lounge to the crew quarters, where you found Alice.
Bro, you just told her
And
you'd
then
been
you
here?
rushed her to the infirmary, right?
Yeah?
Tell me this then. How do you know about the garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice, didn't you? That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before?
Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here?
What?
It would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden, and it would explain that cut on your left hand.
Darn, so you did see that, huh?
Yes. I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human, and ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood.
Some reason when Luna had called me a robot hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. Didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like the theory that you get from someone in a nut house. Still, my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No, that was impossible. I need to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me heart palpitations. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
Why would I be scared?
Well, let's say I'm a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance you're just pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared.
Why not?
Maybe because you're a robot. Have you ever heard
Huh?
of the 3 laws of robotics? They were a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories.
Dang, baby, you showing some skin? Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Rule 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by a human being, except when such orders would have conflict with the first law. Rule 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Oh yeah, I've heard of this before. That's just an ideal, though. You could work towards that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to.
You're right. But I believe in them. In you. However you're programmed, I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws.
I don't think I'm a little robot, Luna.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes. Well, I guess I'm just kind of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not. We should run some tests. Yes.
Tests?
Well,
How?
Adam should be able to tell us.
Oh yeah, that thing in the infirmary. I heard of the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it?
Is someone there?
Just me.
Fee?
Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something.
Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes.
Welcome.
What, how long have you been
Just
here?
got here a little while ago.
Did you hear what we were saying?
No, were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about? Whatever. Just have a look at this.
Follow the line of her finger. Crap. This is...
Antimatter bomb.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
says 1.
And the one in the crew quarters said 3, right? Then that must mean...
Crap, there's no question,
I've
huh?
got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere?
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Darn it. It means we're dealing with combined explosive power equal to 3
Yeah.
tons of TNT.
Who planted them?
Was it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while.
Hey, don't give me that. You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes
Well,
anyway?
I was taking a walk.
Taking a walk. You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret, so I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I'd suspected, there you were, talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So, believe me now?
So
Honestly,
you planted the bomb.
it could have been any one of us. Anybody could have come here while we were all looking for Alice.
We need to tell everyone about this then.
Yeah, you're right. Head back to the infirmary. Sling, slong, sling, slong, sling, slong, sling, sling. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover, Tamayuji, Kay, Dio, and of course, Alice and Quark. Both seemed to be sleeping peacefully. Never think to look at them that you never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not too long ago. Alright, everybody listen up. I told them how we'd found the number 1 bomb in the garden, and how, judging by the numbering on the 2 bombs we'd found so far, there's probably a number 2 bomb out there somewhere too.
Oh, this is bad. What are we going to do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Yeah. That's why I want all of you to let me search you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs.
So you're planning to search us for it?
Exactly.
But
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you've got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate. Clear? Good. Now who's going to be first? Huh?
Wait. You only need to search
What?
one person.
Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. Words were out of my mouth before I even realized I was
How
saying
can
them.
you... There's no way.
Yeah. Then Fias gazed and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. Alright, will we just betray now? For fun? If they're violating out of the rooms like we did.
why?
I didn't have an answer for her. All I could think about was the white liquid. What was it? Some kind of discharge? Blood? No. Couldn't be blood. Blood wasn't white? That was insane. I was lost in thought when Luna spoke.
I'm going to the infirmary.
Huh? Don't you want to see the
Why?
results?
I already know what they're going to be.
Usually warm personalities seem to have gone cold. Whether it was because I chose to betray or because she noticed that something was wrong with my body, I couldn't say.
Excuse me.
And with that, she was gone. Turn back to the projection. Heavy steps headed towards KDO and Temioji.
Results from round 2. Please direct your attention to the results screen. Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What the hell?
Sigma has 9 BP?
See? I told you! The bastard's finally showing his true colors.
What the hell are you doing? Clover isn't even voting.
I have misjudged you. I never thought you would do something so cowardly.
There was nothing I could say. I had just a betrayal of my own volition. But had I really pressed the button for my own free will? The more I thought about it, the more I felt like as if some other force was guiding my hand to the button. Perhaps it hadn't been fear. I was scared by the white liquid that had appeared in my palm. Maybe this has been the tipping point, and I had decided that I had to escape as soon as possible, denying the consequences. If I got out, then the nightmare would be over. That's all it was, right? A nightmare. Couldn't be real. White blood was insane. Impossible. That was why I looked up and saw the others staring at my hand. Crap. I quickly put my hand behind my back, but it was already too late. They moved towards me like wolves closing in for the kill.
Sigma? What was that?
He was cut. It must have been blood.
But why was it white?
Isn't that obvious? He's not human.
Not human.
No. What are you saying? Of course I'm human. I'm 100%
Explain
human.
that white stuff.
I swear to God, I have no idea what it is. You have to
I'm
believe
afraid
me.
you're not being very convincing.
Oh, you're one to talk. We can't even see you. You could be a robot. Maybe that's not even assumed. Maybe that's just you, a robot.
That seems extremely unlikely. However bad my amnesia might be, I am quite sure of my humanity. I am, without a doubt, not a robot.
I'm just programmed you to think like that.
Alright, it's pretty obvious this guy's dangerous and probably unhinged. We should take him down.
I agree.
Looks like there's no other way. Now that he's got 9 BP from stabbing Clover in the back, there's a good chance he'll try and get out of here by himself.
Hey, hold on a minute. I don't do anything rash. Didn't you have a choice? I spun around for the number 9 door.
No, I don't think so!
Crap, let go. Let go of me. There was no match for all 3 of them before I could take 2 steps. I was on the floor pinned. Desperation was only getting stronger. However, and I writhed and twisted in a futile attempt to get free. Gosh darn it, you have to let me go. This is still some kind of mistake. Misunderstanding. It's a conspiracy.
So, there's a conspiracy to turn your blood white? You're a funny guy.
Stop trying to get away. It's over.
Crap, get off me. Let me
If you
go.
won't calm down, then you leave me no choice. I'd hoped we could avoid this. Try not to struggle too much.
No, don't. Kirk. First thing I felt when I woke up was the hard pain of a bruise all the way across my neck. It must have suffocated me. My head felt like it had been stuffed with cotton, and I had to put a hand to steady myself as I stood up. Where am I? In this infirmary? This is the infirmary? How long had I been out? Maybe my foot bumps into something. I looked down and see the injection gun. Glass vial labeled Sorferil was still attached to it. Anesthetic. After choking me, they made sure I wasn't getting up in the near future, and I could have been asleep for a long time. Where is everyone? Glance around the room. It was empty except for me. It took me a moment to realize what was especially odd about that. Even Quark and Alice had disappeared. What the heck's going on? That's when I noticed it. Quark and Alice weren't the only things that had disappeared. Two other very important things were also gone. My bracelet and my left hand. For a long moment I just stared, dumbstruck. What I was seeing couldn't possibly be real. But there was a smooth cross section of my arm where my hand had been. A thick white liquid dripping slowly from the stump. What is this? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Yarg. Stream claws away out of my body, taking my mind with it. And after that, nothing. Okay. But before we do more, I will be right back. And then what are we doing? Going to here. Okay, I'll be right back.